Hey everybody, Big J, Historic Anderson Farms. Welcome back. TB on the camera, say hey.
Hey.
It's a beautiful, cool morning. It's been kind of hot, got a lot of good rain, so thank the Lord for that. Anybody interested in the kind of what's going on in the old house? Maybe give you some productive tips for whatever you might be working on. I've done a good bit of remodeling work over the past decade. Got a lot of good input from people over the years, and I've used some different tools and machines. And just kind of want to show you what's been going on. If you've been driving by and kind of noticed, like, don't see a lot happening on the old house, but it's definitely been a beehive on the inside, that's for sure. If you want to see, we'll take a look here at the walls. Kind of shine just a little bit more light here. You can see here before in one of the first videos, this is some of the original, some of the old paint that we're stripping off. And I've got a paint shaver that I bought instead of doing this by hand. Old paint, very hard wood, and we want to be able to get all that off. And so you got the marks here from the paint shaver, but it's definitely worked well. It's got carbide tip. I'm using it also as a planer, a planer, so I have to take it all off and plane. I'm just planing it on the wall. The less I have to take off, the easier. So I'm planing it at the same time, not just merely getting the paint off. In some places I might just try to get the surface paint off or get cleaned up and then paint it again, prime and paint. But I'm trying to get it totally off. So what you said, this will be the dining room eventually because it's a long room. Now if you look over here, this wall, there's a piece that I have sanded mostly, and still have to get some of these green lines off. That really looks good. Good finish on it. That's what it will look like in significant parts of the house that we do decide to shave and sand all the way down. Some places we'll just kind of do a shave and then just paint over it. Certain places, like maybe some of the doors or whatever. But so that's pretty much it. Now I will be installing new trim here, all that kind of thing. But that's what we kind of have going on here. And that paint shaver is definitely a great tool. Not cheap, but a great tool. It's got, like I said, a carbide tip blade, really gets in there. I'll probably use it on a lot of the floors too, believe it or not. And when it hits a nail, it can usually go right through it. And so that's one thing that I do like about it. Try to imprint the nails as much as I can, but sometimes you just hit them anyway. I do have a nice vacuum system here that I use for all this paint stuff coming up. It basically goes straight from the shaver or the sander, depending on which one I'm using. It goes right into the vacuum system. It's got a great HEPA filter. I also have another filtration system here that I use to just to kind of add if there's anything in the air, either after I'm working or while I'm working. Now you can see some of these boards here. About to show you what's kind of going on in the bathroom as well. So as we were working on this, and as I was tearing out the bathroom at the same time, this is one thing I worked on, got good at it, very comfortable with it and how it works. So we'll be right back and I'll show you what's kind of going on in the bathroom. Everybody, we're back. So just want to show you what's now going on in what's typically been kind of the bane of the house, and that's the bathroom area. So we decided to really tackle this. Has to be dealt with. As you can see, we have taken out the floors, taken out everything over here. She shaved off a lot of the walls, not all of them, but pretty good, a lot of shaving here too, before I took everything up. And a lot of the pipes I've took up, a little bit left I've got to take up. You can see that definitely some damage here. This big beam that runs right here, a lot of old damage there. Some of this stuff has been like that for 35 years, or probably a long time. Even my uncle lived here, just continued to get worse. Because this is not an easy part to fix or to deal with, because so much is attached to the floor, the pipes attached, just a lot going on. And so it was just difficult either to have the expense or the time or the knowledge to really come in here and deal with this problem. Most of the house, the floor and the beams are actually in pretty good condition. A lot of spots have been shored up over the years, blocked up better, just kind of reinforced. But this is an area that is definitely a troubled area that needed somebody really come down here and take some serious time and get it all worked through. And so I'll kind of show you what we've been doing here and what we continue to do. Now, in order to shore up this whole beam wall area, most of the wall's good, but some of the inside's obviously bad that I have to deal with. I'll be getting hopefully some antique hard pine beams that I'll use for this in the walls and in other places in the house that may need it here or there. But what we'll be doing here, and I've got a lot of good input from different contractors that have kind of been in this business or dealt with floors or dealt with foundation stuff or demolition and all that stuff. And I'm sure people will have their thoughts and what you should do this or you should do that. But I've got a lot of good input. I feel very comfortable for what we're doing. I'm not a big crawl under everything kind of guy, so I made sure all the floor was up so I could get in here and I could work. And so what we're doing here is, in order to deal with this piece here, I can't just necessarily just take it out as it is. We do have everything jacked up, got temporary blocks here, just kind of lifting everything up so they can be working. Try to kind of get it somewhat level. House is not going to be totally level whenever we're done, but it'll definitely be a lot better than it is now. And these big holes that I've dug that were not easy to dig because of where it's at, I've had a bunch of little helpers. I did all the shoveling. They got a lot of the dirt out for me. Some of the dirt's still in here we have to remove. A lot of the dirt we've removed, so we'll get all the dirt out eventually. So I dug these big massive pieces here, basically like just giant footers, that I will fill those up full of concrete. And that and the blocks are basically blocks like this. We'll have the solid blocks, then the core, and then probably solid. They will be underneath. That's why they kind of go across, because I can't quite put anything right here yet, or can't deal with this. Don't want to move this. There's just too much going on to try to move that yet. So there'll be blocks on both sides, but it'll be double stacked. This is just single stacked, I call it. They'll be double stacked side by side, crossways all the way up, to really give some good strong reinforcement. That's why they're so long. So I'll end up rebuilding a beam. Actually build a beam here with either treated, or maybe I'll find some beams, I'm not sure. But build it there on this side and on the other side. So it'll be pretty reinforced. So not just one beam, but it'll be two running as close to that wall right now as I can get it. One on be a whole row on this side, and then a whole row on that other side. So you can see these big deep holes here, well below all the soft dirt down into the good hard clay. And so it took a while to kind of get that dug out. Got some more that I have to dig out in this kind of area. But basically these right here, dealing with this whole wall, dealing with this structure. That's what we've been pouring a lot of time into. This is part of this is getting very close to the center of the house as you go from the bathroom into the hallway. So a very important area of the house. It's a high traffic area. Really want to make sure that it's done well. I will be redoing this wall. Like I said, I'll be moving some of this where the doorway is now a little bit over when we divide this scheduled into two bathrooms, a master bathroom on the back and then open bathroom on the front. So, but we will be doing that because it is an important area. It joins right here the large master bedroom to the bathroom here. You got this outside wall here that it's going to butt up against, and so that'll kind of give some reinforcement there. So, but there's a lot of places that have been reinforced over time, but this was an area that was just difficult to deal with, difficult to get to. So that's what we're trying to jump into. Now, obviously, a lot of these 2x, I'll be doing some replacement, not really replacement, but I'll be sistering or joining against some other ones on top on this, on the ones that are bad. Pretty much the boards on the other side are not too bad. So, TB, if you want to come around the other side, and well, I'll show you the boards over here on this side. Most of these are not too bad over here, and like I said, I do have to deal with some of the wall there. But so these boards here are actually not too bad. Some little bit issues in some places, but these are pretty good condition. And you can just see just how thick they are if you're used to working with any kind of lumber. These are some pretty stout boards, and also why they had them so far apart. So, but you can see the big holes here. Some of the structure here will be reinforcing a lot of that stuff. One thing that I'll also be doing, I'll show you here. I'm going to cut this up a little bit more, but to kind of reinforce some of that concrete down there, because these are about a foot deep, 2 feet by 2 feet, 2 feet by 3 feet, well, about 2 feet by 3 feet, by 1 feet deep is pretty much how, as far as the depth that we have. So as we pour that up and we have a good thick block, well below the frost line, really frost line is practically negligible here down this far south, but there is a little bit of a frost line. Again, deep, got it dug out, and I'll be putting, this is just for some old fence that's just kind of around the farm that's really not in use anymore. And so I cut it up, I'll probably trim it up just a little bit more, and I'll be putting these in there too, kind of reinforce it. This is just some pretty old strong fence, woven wire fence, and so kind of use that fence to do that. But that's pretty much what we've got going on here in the bathroom area. You can see that we definitely have made some progress, and TV, you can kind of shine on that wall there. You can kind of see more. You can see probably a little bit of that roof up there too. Shaped a little bit up there. So, but you can see we've definitely made some progress, and hopefully over the next couple of months we will have this foundation here shored up. Most of the foundation's pretty good. Some other spots I need to kind of add some blocks here or there, but a lot of it has been dealt with. But this is the area we really needed to get down here and deal with it. And also what we'll do is while it's opened up, I'll put all my plumbing here. And then once all the plumbing is, excuse me, is once laid out according to how we're going to do it, then I'll put the floor back down. And then after we put the floor, I'll probably build either 1 or 2 hatches in here, so that if I need to get back in here in the future, as everybody knows, bathrooms are something that you're always doing some kind of maintenance on, and so I want to be able to get back in here, and even though I might have to crawl around some, it'd be a lot easier than just trying to crawl all the way across, especially when you're trying to bring stuff in. You need boards, you need pipe, you need stuff. Having surface access makes it a lot easier. And because the bathroom, once it's down, and the bathtubs and everything, not something that you can be able to just pull up again, something I want to be able to have easier access to in the future. And I'll make sure that some of my other pipe in the walls that I can pull out stuff the same. But that's pretty much, that's what we got going on here. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but that's what we've got going on here. Like I said, I've had a lot of good input from guys who've been in the business for a long time, a lot more experience with this than I do. But I've definitely learned a lot over the past decade, and so putting all that to good use. I hope you've enjoyed the update, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.